really?
What happened to you? Cutbacks to this degree? No shirt for Nick? Welcome to Florida.
Today, we're going to extend the life of an old bridge that runs over a random river in the Florida Panhandle. The job is called pile jacketing, which I assume will involve piles and probably some jackets. Beyond that, I'm looking to Paul here to spell it out for me.
So, Paul, is this your truck? More or less?
No.
No?
I'll be the one talking to you when you're underwater.
I'm going underwater?
I'll be the one controlling your air today, okay? So, just saying.
Good.
I'm Leon. I'll be your safety diver, basically.
I've never felt safer.
I swore years ago that I would never do any more diving on TV. Every time I go underwater, I either run out of air, or lose my audio, or get bit by a shark. Sometimes all three.
Unbelievable.
Then again, I've never been great at keeping resolutions.
I'm struggling, Nick. I'm struggling to take all this in, man.
Dennis Walker is the owner of National Marine and Diving Services, and he's filling me with hope and optimism.
Want to get you in a wetsuit. That way, one, this water's a little bit chilly, just a little bit chilly.
What's a little bit chilly?
Cold. It's pretty cold.
It's cold?
It's pretty cold.
I appreciate Dennis's candor and the wetsuit and the opportunity to work with his crew, but I'm still not rock solid on exactly what the job entails.
So basically, we're talking about a bridge with wooden pylons. We're going to put a metal jacket around the pylons, and then we're going to pump concrete in between the metal jacket and the wooden existing pylon.
Somewhat, pretty close. So we have wooden pylons. We're going to clean it. We're going to put a steel cage around it, and then we're going to put a fiberglass foam around the steel cage.
So I'm putting a concrete jacket around a wooden bridge piling. That's a piece of cake. But I'm still not clear on exactly how that's all going to happen, or why I need to be underwater.
National Marine Diving Services?
Yes, sir.
Is that the name of the company?
Yes, sir.
So you see yourself as divers before construction workers?
Our specialty is actually diving. We have to be jacks of all trades.
That expression, jack of all trades, it's a great expression. It's used a lot as a kind of an insult. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
But it's really a compliment for the generalists, a jack of all trades. And because you're not a master of one, it means you're good enough at all with that.
We specialize in the diving portion, so we have to be capable of performing a ton of different trades. And I just want to run through some safety stuff. We have two different air systems for you. We have a primary and we have a safety system. We have a small compressor that's manufactured, or that's made specifically for breathing air, so that you don't get typhoid pneumonia and die. That's the rack. So your breathing air comes in through the rack or the manifold.
What's the manifold specifically? All this?
Yes, all that's your air manifold.
You have two Cascade bottles over here. The air's on already to the hat. Air comes all the way across into here.
Air's coming out of that.
Out of those two tanks.
Yeah.
That's what you're breathing, yeah? So they come in here, and this is where I keep track of how much air you guys are getting.
So what he just showed me was a backup in case this fails.
Yes.
I think they call that a system redundancy.
Yes, and then you also have a bailout on your back, which is another redundancy, so it's triple protection.
Triple redundant.
Yeah.
You can say that again.
Yeah. No, I can't.
How long you know Dennis?
About 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys got your shorthand down. You're a greased, well-lubricated machine. You, Leon,
Yes, we are.
Dennis.
Yes. Yep.
And who is there another guy?
Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll let you get the high ground.
Thank you. Right, now we're even.
In addition to Paul and Leon, I'll be working alongside Jared. Jared is a commercial diver, and he seems to know what's going on above and below the surface.
That's what we're working on.
Correct.
This is like a baking show, right? We can see all the stages of things. Oh, this is great. How long do you reckon an untreated pylon like that will last?
40, 50 years before it starts corroding away, and then we need to come in and foam some jackets on it.
God, that guy scared the hell out of me. Please tell me he works for us. Okay, good.
It's me.
Nick, what happened? Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
My guys freak me out so bad sometimes. You never know where they're gonna just pop up. Anyway, you read the stories about all the bridges in the country, and so many of them are at risk, crumbling. People talk about our crumbling infrastructure. They're talking about pylons on bridges.
Right.
How much longer will the life of the bridge be extended?
With this one?
Yeah. More.
Yeah,
Longer.
maybe more than 40 years.
More than 40.
More than 40.
It's pretty basic. If these piles don't get reinforced with concrete jackets, the bridge falls down. If they do get reinforced, the bridge stands for another 40 or 50 years.
My job today is primarily to do what you tell me to do.
Right. Awesome.
I'm
I'm looking forward to be the boss today.
yeah. Well, enjoy while it lasts, because I'm out here at 3:30. I'm kidding. We'll stay probably till 4. How long, though, in all seriousness, will it take for you to completely finish this project?
We'll be done by Friday.
Yeah. And then you just right on to the next one.
Right on to the next one.
I love it. Job security.
Yes.
Courtesy of the second law of thermodynamics. Entropy, a disintegrating universe. Bad news in general, but for you, job security.
That's right.
Let us begin.
Okay.
I should probably have a hat, too, backwards like him. That looks pretty badass. I'll take Ben's. Awesome. Whew. There's shrinkage. All right, so we'll now pressure wash the crud
Correct.
off of the pylon.
You can get in a little closer, too. Yeah, see how it's coming right off there on the left side there, all that mud?
Right.
Put it in a little closer to the top.
Why don't you quickly demonstrate the proper way, if there is a proper way?
So all that up there, you can get real close and get it out. And just kind of make a pathway down, like this.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. You can keep making your way around. All right.
In the narration you're about to hear, you're going to learn just how many bridges there are in this country that require this kind of maintenance. Check it out. It's interesting.
According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, over 220,000 American bridges are in current need of major repair or total replacement. That's more than a third of all U.S. bridges. Something to consider next time you cross your local span.
All right, so our next step here is going to be nailing in the standoffs, which is also what we use to hang our rebar cage on. So these ones here, I'll let you have that. We're gonna hammer them in until there's about 5.5 inches sticking out.
That's a nail.
That
For
is
sure,
a nail.
man. It's not the first time I've had 5.5 inches sticking out. You know what I'm saying? All right, 5.
Oh, jeez.
That's a big nail. It's a big manly nail. We're gonna need a big manly hammer for this kind of thing, I would imagine.
That's what this is for right there.
What happened to the rest of it?
Oh, it's a Thor's hammer. So we're gonna measure 15 inches down from the cap, put that nail in right there. And then when the rebar cage sits on that. All right, let's check it. You wanna check it?
You think that's 5.5 inches?
Well, we'll see.
I think it might have gone. It's 5.
Okay,
We're gonna be all right?
what are we gonna do?
I tell you, man, a 1/2 inch can make a hell of a difference.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, you really need it. It's just like
It's a little tougher.
I just feel like they really skimped on the handle.
Yeah, so it's 2 inches longer, I think.
Yeah. What happened? In the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Nailed it.
How are we looking?
5.5.
It's perfect. Only 12 more to do. Well, at first we're gonna hang the cage and make sure it sits on those nails.
Just those 2?
Just those 2, because once you hang it, then you can reposition the other ones and put it underneath and nail them in to
see.
square it up. This here is gonna be the top, and that's gonna be the bottom.
Yeah, you can't tell me this is a one-man job.
All right.
No way.
So for if any reason why the cage isn't sitting on the standoffs, it's because it is now sitting on a pile of debris.
Right.
So at this point, we're gonna have to go get hatted up and clean the debris off the bottom, and then probably set the cages.
This ought to be sitting on this. It's not, because there's a bunch of schmutz down there.
When we come back, we're going to don our headwear. You don't want to miss that. Squat, yank. Squat and yank. Don't want to yank before you squat.
Welcome back to the murky waters around Pensacola, Florida, where I'm helping a crew of pile jacketers reinforce the underside of a random bridge over a random river. Next step, donning a commercial diver's helmet, otherwise known as a hat. It looks heavy, but first I'll need to stick my largish head through the smallish hole in this neck dam. I hate this part.
You guys know how big my head is, right?
You got a looser one?
Fellas, look at my head, man. It's like a horse. That's a giant head. That one's a little bit older. That's good.
This kind of commercial diving has very little in common with scuba diving. With a rig like this, air is pumped down from the surface. That tank on my back, that's for emergency use only, which I'm really looking forward to not needing. The facepiece contains a metal nose blocker, commonly called a booger buster, which comes in handy for equalizing your ears at depth. But this river is only 6 feet deep, so the booger buster is really just one more thing in my way.
So this right here is your purge.
Yeah.
This is your nose blocking device.
Your booger buster.
Booger buster.
All right.
This is your dial breath if it gets harder to breathe. Pull it down.
Okay.
Bring it up on over.
Yeah, put the rear of your head in first.
Make sure that chin pad is underneath your chin. The booger buster's out, and pull the hat down onto your face and wiggle up your shoulders. There you go.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Paul, can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear. How about me?
Yeah, you sound great. Roger that.
Okay. No, just go ahead and slide in.
Slide in on my ass?
Slide in.
Back in 322 BC, Alexander the Great used divers during the Siege of Tyre. Today, a good underwater welder with lots of diving experience can make $300,000 a year. None of this is relevant to the task at hand. These are just some things I know.
Wow, Paul, this is some kind of crazy.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Can't see, but I can breathe, which is such a plus.
Most definitely.
So you can hear me, but nobody else can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So is that Leon who's in here as well?
Yeah, Leon, is this your safety diver?
Terrific. So I guess now you should ask Jared if I should go over to pylon number 1 and start pulling crap off the bottom.
Yes, you should. I can tell you that for a fact.
Excellent.
Divers headed over to pile 1 to start removing debris.
All right, I'm going to go down and have a look, okay?
Roger that.
Over time, the river current pushes rocks around these bridge piles. I'll need to clear them away to make room for the jacket.
Paul, the job is grab the rock and put it up on the float.
Just pull it away from the pile, probably 3-4 feet, so it's out of the way, so we have enough room to get the jacket on.
Okay. So we leave the rocks down here.
Tossing boulders around in the dark is a recipe for disaster. And filming a TV show in zero visibility, that's just stupid. Oh well, at least we still have audio.
Mike, can you hear me still? Mike, do you copy? Hold on, we lost comms. We're retrieving Mike. Did you copy that, Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and grab him. Let's bring him up, fix the comms.
You okay?
He's fine. We lost comms.
Check his comms.
Mike, can you hear me?
Leon, check his comms.
Divers come back to shore. The comm wire is broke. The comm wire is broke.
Sometimes you gotta crawl to freedom.
Yep.
All right, Mike, pack him up.
I thought that went pretty well.
Nah, we just don't like it when we can't talk to the diver.
What, a communication problem?
Yeah, you broke your wire here.
Oh.
There might have been too much tension or hitting the hat against the pile.
Told you, unless you're Jacques Cousteau, diving on television never works out. You can't see, you can't hear, the heavy helmet hurts your neck, and it's claustrophobic as hell. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying, if you want to be a commercial diver, you're going to earn every penny.
You can keep that.
Thanks. It's not unusual for this entire show. I'm down to something about the size of that. Some little tiny thing can jack you up. Yeah, so suddenly you're down there and it's pitch black and it's muddy and you're moving rocks, and this is the little thing, this little connector, this lead, lets you talk, and all of a sudden it's gone. And therefore, nobody can hear my witty commentary. I hate to pry, but what kind of living can a guy make who wants to endure all of it?
Florida's probably one of the lower paid states in the country, honestly. You make a decent living here in Florida. You know, we could definitely make much bigger paychecks if we went to Chicago, Alaska. You know,
Yeah, but you know what?
Crazy.
Then you'd be living in Chicago or Alaska.
This is true. There is a price to pay for being able to dive in sunny Florida all the time. So.
Look at old Zach down there with his floaty.
They help.
So you've been at this for, what'd you say, 30 years?
I've been diving recreationally for 36 years now. I've been diving commercially for 20 years.
So it's still fun, recreation. Like you would go on a vacation, you'd go for a dive.
Sometimes.
With the comms back in business, it's time to once again don the heavy hat. Gosh, I'm having fun.
This is how you make people talk. This has been a great torture device, Dennis, honestly. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Where are my buddies? 3 clicks down on the right. Can't miss them.
Oh, yeah. Approaching the pylon.
Roger.
Now, where were we? Oh yeah, clearing crap from the base of a submerged pylon.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, go ahead. How do you know when you're done?
You'll have a 2 to 3 foot area all the way around that piling that's fairly flat.
All right, well, tell the guys that I don't feel any more rocks around the bottom, so I'm guessing that we're done.
Roger. Diver is telling me the bottom is cleared. The bottom is cleared. He's ready for the next step.
Hang the cage.
Hang the cage. I could barely hold my head up.
The one upside to working underwater? The 100 pounds of gear strapped to your back doesn't feel that heavy. Getting out of the water, on the other hand, well, that's just one more thing for the old guy to complain about.
Paul, is the task completed?
Yep, task is completed. You can come on up now.
Great.
Diver's on his way up.
And by great, I mean, thank God.
Good job, Mike.
Coming up. Diver out of hat.
Diver's out of the hat.
No words. No words, guys. That's insane.
It's tough.
3, 4, 5 hours at a time?
6, 7, 8.
Yep. Nope, not tenable.
Yep.
Don't know how you do it. Glad you do it. Don't know how you do it. Then again, you're 27, so you.
You did a good job, I think. Did the booger buster nick ya? Right there under the nose. You're bleeding a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, we pulled it off.
Oh, sorry.
No,
So it
sorry.
was my fault.
No, no big deal. My nose has been broken so many times. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
That's why we call it the booger buster.
I'm here to tell you, on this job, boogers are not the only thing you bust.
Diver okay?
Diver's good. Diver's never
right.
better. Living the dream.
That's good.
Yeah, next time you drive over a bridge here in Pensacola, just imagine what might be under it. Might be me.